Thank you for tuning in to WHID-FM. What has Islam done for me? Please subscribe.
Well, I'm going to read a quote from Sister Ava's book called Real Love. She said, Minister Farrakhan has said that life is recognition of God at the moment. If you can recognize God right in this instant, you are alive. And no matter what burdens you are carrying, no matter what things you have done in the past that you regret, He has seen fit to bring you to this moment. He loves you enough to favor you with the capacity to recognize Him, to know He has complete power to give you what your heart desires. So my question today is, with this quote in mind, how has Islam helped you make Allah sufficient?
The first thing that we are taught as Muslims, and even being in the Nation of Islam, there is no God but Allah. That's period. There is no God but Allah, the one God, right? And so I've heard that so much that it's literally, if I may, literally ingrained in my mind. Like, because when you come out of the world into the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, previously, I didn't know of a God that could help me when I called on Him. I didn't know that, right? But when you get into the Nation of Islam and you hear the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and you see these different life stories and testimonials, as you said, it's like, oh snap, let me try this out. Let me try this out. If it's working for them, it got to work for me. It has to, right? And so that's first thing first. And just like Nafisa said, you know, having the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you get these different circumstances and situations that come up in life, right? And if you are really feeding on the word and drinking it and studying, practicing, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, something that the minister said, something that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, something that you read about Master Farrakhan Muhammad, it's going to come up. Well, for me it has. But anybody can probably attest to that. It's going to come up, right? If you doing what you're preaching, okay, it's going to come up. And so, that has really helped me to make Allah sufficient, as you said, because I know I have something to lean on. I know that I have guidance. I know that I have knowledge. I know that I have wisdom through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And so that's all it is to it. Just like Nafisa said, I don't know how people who don't have the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and sometimes, I don't know, let me finish that thought. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Because I be looking at my life like, dang, I'm just so grateful to have the teachings, because what would I do? I wouldn't even know that this is something wrong, or I wouldn't even know that this is the right way to go or the right thing to do. I wouldn't know. So, it's just teachings. Period.
How has the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan impacted your personal life?
It's unexplainable, because just like Nafisa just ended with, everything that I am of good, I learned it from that man. I learned it from that man. Steadily reading his books, steadily watching lectures, watching how this man maneuver, how he goes about life when he has a problem or anything. I think two of the greatest books for anybody that's watching or know somebody that's trying to figure out what's happening is the Twitter 2.0 books, book 1 and book 2. He answers so many questions, so genuinely, so heartfelt. Anything that you want to know, anything that you think that you would ask the minister, he answers in that book. Even in closing the gap, right? And so, always trying to be the example in what it is that he teaches us. That's the bottom line. And whenever I'm not being that, I know my self-conscious and it tears me up. Because it's just now you ain't have to do that. Or why, the minister wouldn't approve. What would the minister do? Right? And so, he's had a major impact in my life. If anybody see me and they feel like, oh, Breonna, you doing good. Even my parents, right? they see me living a lifestyle that is complete opposite of this world, right? Striving to be anyway. And it's just like, oh, I don't know what happened to Breonna. Is that man?